I can't do this anymore. Like, it's not even about me. Like, selfishly, if I want to keep playing these games, okay, but I can't be selfish. I'm a mother, and it's not about me. It's about my kid first. And so I just knew, like, this is it. So it got very ugly. He stopped, you know, when he knew he didn't have a chance with me anymore. Sadly, it was like he didn't care about seeing his son. So at the time, I didn't have him on child support. And so the verbal agreement that we agreed on for him helping me, that stopped. He stopped calling, asking for him, texting about him. He just didn't even come pick him up anymore or even want to spend time with him. And looking back, that was a blessing, and I should have just not tried to intervene. But instead, I'm thinking about my son, and I'm like, you know, like you have to be in his life. Like, what is wrong with you? And so, I'm talking to his mom, saying like, like he's not coming and seeing him, like he's not even helping financially. And it's like, who cares? Like, it was a blessing. Like, I was actually protecting my son from him and his narcissistic behavior and all the poison that he has instilled into my son, with his way of thinking. And so I had my son enrolled into a Montessori school. And again, I always tell you that I feel like God, your angels, universe, they put certain people in your life for a certain season when you need that help. And so there was this Montessori school that was very close to my job. And I loved it. It had great reviews. Montessori, that way of learning, it's highly favored. And so it was like really expensive. It was $1,200. And I couldn't afford that. So I just would call the school and want to speak to the director, because like something about me, like when I want something, I'm gonna find a way, even if that means being annoying. So I would call her and like, hey, do you guys offer, tuition, like any, assistant? No. Okay, do you and so she would say no. I'm like, okay, do you make exceptions for single moms? No. And so just, send a letter again. Like, I would send her emails. I don't even remember, but I think I must have like annoyed this lady, because I would always like ask her like, well, what if I do this? Can I get a lower, tuition cost? So one day she calls me and she was like, you really want to bring your son here? I'm like, yes, but I can't afford it. And I'm a single mom and I work nearby. And she's like, well, what can you afford? And at the time, this was when my son's father was helping me. So I said $400, because he was giving me $100 a week. So I figured, okay, 400, put it towards that. And she said, fine, okay. And I was like, what? And she was like, and you pay me when you can pay me, like the school, not like her. I was like, okay. So, my son, he had turned 2 in January. And by April, I think it was like towards the end of March, April, he began. And I was bugging her since January. So for at least 3 months, I was annoying the hell out of this lady. And I'm so thankful for her, because he went there for like 2.5 years until it led up to kindergarten. And they were so great to me. They were so amazing, so amazing. They didn't have to do that. They didn't owe me anything, or my son. But again, God, universe, your angels just, connects the dots for you when you are a good person and you want good out for the world. I feel like the universe, God, like you receive it back. And so now, because of the situation with my son's father, he basically is like MIA, and he's not helping with the tuition. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to put him on child support. So I went and filed child support, but that isn't like, 1, 2, 3. So thankfully the school is like, what's it called? Offering, like, they're being understanding. And so Lucy and Ricardo to help. And I will explain to you in the next part